Well, back in the garden. It's yeah, it's not too warm out today, but perhaps warm enough to be out here and enjoying a pipe. So yeah, just thought I'd take the time to share something with you guys. Um, yeah, we've had some warm days, uh, and we've had a bit of rain, which is normal, I think, for us this time of year here in the Northwest, mm, Portland. So a while back, not too far back, Warsaw Piper. Um, if you haven't checked him out, yeah, check him out. Uh, really nice guy. Um, he was living in Poland uh, for a while, and now he's living, I think, in Southern California, but I'm not sure. And he posts videos every once in a while. Anyways, he asked me on a video, uh, I wonder which tobacco would be one of your favorites. And, you know, many of us do have favorites. Many of us smoke the same tobacco every day or often, all the time. But yeah, I'm not really like that. Because there's so many tobaccos out there that are just really good tobaccos, uh, worth smoking, and different, I think times call for me, um, different different blends, different tobaccos, to enjoy it, you know, on that occasion or that moment or whatever. Uh, but you know, there are certain tobaccos that we all, uh, yeah, even if we, like to try everything, and I like to try everything, as much as possible, as much as I can. I just enjoy the variety. For me, it's a bit like food or something else. I like a wide variety. I don't like just, like meal food. Sometimes I like dessert, or and the flavors are all over the place. So uh, that's how my taste is in tobacco, I think, as well. I prefer, one blend at one time and another at another time. But I think we do have what we would call our favorites, perhaps something that we would, um, grab more often than not, or be drawn to more than others, um, or at least some that are on our mind more often than not. I think, at least in a broad sense, I could say that more often than not, my favorite flavors come in the Mac Baren line. So I think if I was to say what's my favorite tobacco, they would often be within the Mac Baren line of tobaccos. But uh, but yeah, there are some that I like more than others, and so I think, when it comes down to it, probably one of my favorite tobaccos that kind of suits me, more often than not is, yeah, McBaron Dark Twist. Uh, so this is a tobacco that I often gravitate towards as just not an everyday smoke, but a smoke that I would smoke, more often than other blends. And I think up there too, outside of the Mac Barens, because I like the roll cake and Stockton and a lot of those blends that Mac Baren puts out, the Golden Extra. But outside of that, I think Three Bells and Cabby's Mixture, both of those I think would be up there on my list of tobaccos that I will grab more often than I would grab something else. A lot of that I think has to do with just being familiar with it. They're familiar, traditional old tobaccos that have been there in one form or another, especially for me through my pipe smoking history, and something that I'm just familiar with. So I think answering what's your favorite tobacco, for me, can be difficult, I think. But I think that's the best way. I could put it. So, but I'm not smoking that today. I wanted to share something else with you. By the way, this Dark Twist is a new tin to me. I have many tins, waiting around for me for the right time, but just picked this one up, and I don't know if I can show you this or not, but don't know if you can make that out, but that's the date, so I'll read it to you. October 2012. I think that's the one of the things I really like about these small brick and mortar shops is often they'll have some aged tin tobaccos sitting around from whatever time period they've been sitting there on the shelf, and that's a good time, I think, to go in and get something that you like that's already has some age on it. But like I said, that's not what I'm smoking today. I wanted to show you something else. What I'm smoking today is this. It's a Mac Baren too. It's a Burley tobacco, and perhaps it's one of my favorite Burley tobaccos. I think it, in a way, showcases Burley tobaccos the best. It's this. It's Symphony. It's ready rubbed, as it says. A classic Burley pipe tobacco. Let me read the description on the back for you. It says, a very harmonious, ready rubbed tobacco dominated by the selected Burley tobaccos, and with a minor part of Virginia and the original Mac Baren Cavendish. In this blend, the tobaccos are adjusted to bring out the slight natural sweetness, and with the tender note of chocolate, which is found in all excellent Burley tobaccos. And I think this tobacco, more than a lot of Burley tobaccos, really allows you to get a fullness of really what a Burley can be like. That chocolate note, the richness, but even some sweetness too. And the Virginia and the Cavendish in here lend for a little bit of sweetness. Takes a bit of the kind of the darker, earthier tones that Burleys can have, and just lessens that a little bit and gives you a really sweet chocolate note that's not a chocolate note like an aromatic can have, but more on the dark chocolate side, more of an earthy type chocolate, if that makes any sense. And that's why I really like this tobacco, because when I first started smoking pipe, I started with the Burleys, and right away I just really liked the chocolate, nutty, deep, rich, and full flavor that a Burley can have. And I think I was lucky in that I started out with some really good Burley tobaccos. So it invited me early to enjoy Burley tobaccos. I know not everyone enjoys Burley tobaccos. They can tend to scare people off, let's say. But this is a good Burley tobacco. And in my opinion, of course, everybody has different tastes. And this tin that I've had, that I just opened up, is almost as old as the other Mac Baren I showed you. This is from September 2013. So this has some age on it too. Yeah, let me show you the tobacco. Yeah, like I said, it's a ready rub, and it's a really really beefy ready rub tobacco. Yeah, it really has some body to it, some strength to the tobacco. What I mean is the cut is really coarse and thick, and yeah, has body to it. So it's really pretty easy to handle, and to pack and whatnot. Yeah, so that's, take a look at that. That's from 2013. Aging process has definitely given it yeah, a bit of darkness to it, I guess. But there are some light parts still in the tobacco. But this is not what I'm smoking either. This exact tobacco. What I'm smoking is from a tin that I've had, I guess, in my cellar. I don't properly cellar tobaccos very well, I guess, mostly, but I've had this for quite some time, and I just thought it might interest you to have somewhat of a comparison, I guess, of the aging process. Yana's has been putting out some good videos on how to cellar and how to age tobacco and proper storage and all that. He's been putting out a series, and I've really been enjoying that. Pipe and Tobacco, if you want to check that out. He has some really good information on how to do that. And I think I need to be doing some of that too myself, but at least some organization. But I'm smoking from this tin, and this tin is at least 20 years old, if not even a little bit older. And you can tell it's been sitting around for a while, and kind of bouncing around in my cellar. My cellar is less organized than it should be. But this is what I'm smoking, and really, there's a big difference between even the 2013 and this 20-year-old tobacco. Let me show you so you can get a comparison. I think it might be interesting. I wish I could have an exact date on this, and I don't remember exactly how and when I got it, but this is the paper that comes in it. You can see that it's had some aging process going on inside the tin, and you can see on the paper. But yeah, we don't care as much about those things. But look at the tobacco here. There's quite a difference in the tobacco. It's much darker. So that aging process has really taken the tobaccos and pulled them together. And so just like a good stew, it doesn't need to be aged 20 years, but a good stew, a day or two later, all the flavors have blended together and come together to create just a really good blend of flavors together, so they're not competing against one another. So yeah, let me see if I can put them both up so you can kind of see together, because it's kind of hard to remember one from the other. So this is the 2013. Yeah. And here's the other one for 20 years. See if you can see the difference. I don't know if you can see the difference on the camera, but it's pretty remarkable. See, there's still some light parts here, but there's very little light left at this stage. So, and I can see, opening the tin right here, the difference, and it's, it's a beautiful sight to see, I think, the transition that the aging process has on tobaccos. And we do this often with other things like wine and stuff. And you can taste the difference in that kind of aging process. But the thing with tobacco is you can see the aging process. It's hard to look at a wine and just see the aging process. It's more in the aroma and the flavors. But this is, a beautiful thing to see, and I think it's worth doing. Putting aside, and it can be difficult, of course, but putting aside some old tins and just letting them sit there for some time. I didn't buy this one 20 years ago, I don't think, but I've had it for some time, and I just thought it'd be interesting to show you guys a comparison between something that even has some age on it from 2013, and then something that's probably has twice the age on it than that. So and I probably could open a brand new tin and perhaps see a difference between a fresh tin and a tin from the next, like 2013. But I think the difference between a 2013 and a 20-year-old tobacco is quite significant. So the aging process is an interesting thing to watch in our tobaccos. And it's not just something that we just want to see, but it's something, of course, we want to taste. So, I'm smoking this 20-year-old tobacco, and it truly has a deep richness to it that's much more full-bodied than even the tobacco from 2013. You can tell a difference between the two tobaccos when you smoke them. So, anyways, just a quick show on yeah, the effects of aging our tobaccos, and I think it's something that's interesting to do, interesting to see and experience, and mostly interesting to taste. So yeah, should give it a shot if you can. Grab some tobacco and store it away. And you know, there's lots of places that you can go that shows you, you know, the best techniques about storing tobacco and cellaring in tobacco. Like I said, Yanis channel, Pipe and Tobacco, he has a good series that he's doing right now on how to do that. So you can find out the good information on how to do that. Well, anyway, yeah, good tobacco taste. So guys, I guess that's it. Just wanted to show you that aged tobacco. Like to hear what you guys think. Anyways, just hope you guys are well. Grab some good tobacco and put it in your pipe and enjoy a good smoke. And we'll see you. We'll see you again. Thanks.